The Eastern Florida women's soccer season kicks off with the Titans ranked number 5 in the nation. Today, they'll battle a team from Southwestern Illinois. Live from the Titan Soccer Complex on Eastern Florida's Melbourne campus, it's the Blue Storm and the Titans next. A season begins anew in 2017 for the Eastern Florida State College Titans men's and women's soccer teams. Good afternoon and welcome to Melbourne, everybody. I'm Jeff Radcliffe, joined as always by Eddie Rodriguez, my good friend, and welcome to another season of Titan Soccer here on WEFS. We've got a doubleheader for you in store. The men will play a little later against Jefferson College, but first up, Jeff Carr's women, have to really continue this form of excellence they've had in recent seasons. 6 straight Region 8 championships, and they're going to be looking to do the same thing here this year.
That's right, Jeff. Another great chance, another new beginning for this Eastern Florida women's in Jeff Carr, the leader of this squad, of course. A lot of players that left that were good players. New players are coming in to fill that huge void for Eastern Florida.
They will be opening against Southwestern Illinois, but will be doing so without players like Darian Davis, without Bunny Shaw, and Paula Estiazaran. They've moved on to bigger things. Bunny at Tennessee now, very, very exciting. A calling card you can put on a program is the success it has in putting players to the next level. Jeff Carr's team has done that.
Absolutely. That's one of the things that Jeff Carr and the Eastern Florida program takes pride in, sending players to the next level. Of course, in the case of Bunny, just a great athlete as well. She had the ability to take players on. She had a great shot. Of course, when you talk about Darian Davis, her explosiveness, her ability to get behind defense and just break down with that breakaway speed that she had. And of course, when you talk about overall, how can you bring new talent in and you get that chemistry going early in this season?
But what remains is a very talented nucleus coming back. Jeff Carr very excited about the team. Natalie De Silva, the reigning freshman of the year in Region 8, is back. She'll be moving to a more advanced role this season at the top of the formation. She's a tough pill to handle, really, for any opposition.
Well, by far, Natalie De Silva, a player that came from IMG, probably one of the highest soccer IQ that she possesses in this team. She has the ability to take players on, very flashy in the ball, typical Brazilian player, always has that extra touch, but you know what, she's brilliant going at people. She created so much havoc last year when she was on the pitch. As you mentioned, freshman of the year, she's going to pick up when she left off, now a lot more experience, now with a lot more poise, and she's looking to go to the next level as well. So for her, it's crucial to get it done on the pitch.
It's a season opener for the Titans women's here in just a few moments. The men will have their 3rd game of the season, in fact, their home opener, and what a start to the season. The 11th ranked men have played 2 teams out west that were ranked in the top 20 and beat them by convincing margins, scored 15 goals in 2 games. This is a team that Oliver Twelvetrees is going to be very, very proud of by season's end.
That's right. When I first read it, I thought it was a typo. No, it is 15 goals in 2 games. That's the key, 2 games. When you talk about they lost a lot of quality players as well, but Oliver Twelvetree did a heck of a job recruiting. He brings the caliber players, Orsi Dadamo, another great player who's coming back. And when you score goals like that, listen to this, 8 different players from Eastern Florida got on the scoreboard in the last 2 games.
Names you'll get to know will be Haim Rosary, Mwanga, who are going to be players that are going to be in that attacking 4, which will be one of the best attacking front 4s in certainly in Region 8, but maybe even the nation. And then, of course, you got Bryce Donato, one of the best goalkeepers in the nation, back in between the pipes this year.
Well, and that's one of the things. Can you have that balance between a great offense, a good defense, and in the middle of the field where everything happens, using the 4 across, 5 across? Of course, we know the ability of Oliver Twelvetree to change formations, the kind of skipper, the kind of coach that knows the systems really well. He's going to contribute when he's going to change the system according to what personnel, what players are available for that game.
So the Titans men open up later tonight, 8 o'clock on WEFS against Jefferson College as they look to go 3-0. Moments away, we'll have a kickoff for the Titans women as they take on Johnson County. That's coming your way on WEFS right after this season opener for the Titans.
It's about the process and the depth of the team for Eastern Florida's men's soccer in 2017. Coach Oliver Twelvetrees and some of his team recently met with the media to convey what it will take to get back to a conference title.
The key really is going day by day, trying to have that 1% improvement every day throughout the season, or even throughout the year, you know, and that's what we tried to do in the spring, and I've seen that in the performances so far in the preseason and practices, and I've seen that ability of the boys to really believe in the process and try and improve, do the right things. If they do the right things, we know that we have the talent, the results will come.
And I think from a team aspect, we've got a lot more depth in the squad. Every position's got 2 or 3 great players now who could step in and fill in. I think that's going to be a real big difference come the end of the season after everyone's played long, hard games.
Great players in their position. We got incoming D1 transfers for our backline now, so we have more depth there, more competition. Everyone's going to be better off because of that.
Everybody has their own style, and so I love seeing it. Everybody's hungry. They want to be the best. They want a starting position. So it pushes everybody, every practice, every training session.
With the group, what's impressed me the most is the fact that everyone is from different backgrounds, and we've come together to make such a very strong team. You go into preseason, you could see everyone working, you could see everyone talking to each other, everyone getting to know each other very well so that we can make a good team.
So check the website for game dates and times and come out and support your Titans. Admission is free.
We're certainly going to score goals. You know, if you want to watch fast-paced, electric football, then there's only one place to come, and that's the Titan Soccer Complex.
Aviation careers are taking off at Eastern Florida State College's new Aviation Center, with FAA-approved programs for aviation mechanics and technicians. Graduates have great job opportunities with top aviation companies and commercial space companies launching the next generation of human spaceflight at Kennedy Space Center. Don't delay. Contact Eastern Florida State College today.
Eastern Florida State College has been named among the top institutions of higher education in Florida, earning a prestigious gold rating for its work in helping students succeed. The honor came from the Florida Board of Education in Tallahassee, where officials announced annual performance ratings for the 28 colleges in the Florida college system. This is the first time that Eastern Florida has achieved gold status, and it is one of only 7 colleges to gain the coveted distinction this year. The college earned high-performance grades in the 4 key areas of student retention, percentage graduating, job placement and continuing education, and entry-level wages after graduation. College President Dr. Jim Ritchie said the rankings reflected the college's strong commitment to providing students a great education that can put them on the path to a successful career and better life. He cited a number of areas where the college has strengthened student services that contributed to the gold rating, such as small class sizes and personalized instruction, excellent financial aid, academic and career advisors, the 6th straight year with no tuition increase, and 40 new programs in fields with fast job growth. He also said new bachelor's degree programs at EFSC are filling a critical need, giving students an opportunity to advance their education in careers that did not previously exist in Brevard County. To learn more about the college and its programs, visit easternflorida.edu.
Oh, great opportunity here for a shot on goal. Count it. Here's with the respect. Shaw drills it. My goodness gracious. Plays live. Another shot on goal. Count it.
The Eastern Florida State College women's soccer team takes on the Johnson County Cavaliers. Live Sunday at 6 on WEFS.
It's Eastern Florida and Southwest Illinois here on a balmy 1st of September here on the Space Coast. at Eastern Florida State College. We're at the home of the Titans, the Titan Soccer Complex. Jeff Radcliffe, Eddie Rodriguez, as we set up the action between the Blue Storm and the Titans. And Southern Illinois, boy, if you have to pick out a player to watch, it may be the goalkeeper, Sky Clark, who is going to really have to be on her P's and Q's with the amount of attacking quality that Jeff Carr's women will have.
No, you're absolutely right. Clark is going to have to be on. We know of the potential of Eastern Florida and all the different weapons they have going forward. So for Clark, she's got to have a good game if she wants to keep her team in this game. And, of course, for your goalkeepers, you want them to keep you in the game when the game's on the line, just to keep you in the game. And, of course, if you're able to capitalize on your chances, more than likely you're going to be successful going forward.
Eastern Florida State College making that national tournament again last year, looking to get back. And the 2017 goal is 7+1, looking for that 7th conference title plus the national title to go along with it. This could be the team as we get closer and closer to kickoff here at the Titan Soccer Complex. It'll be Eastern Florida in blue, Southwestern Illinois, the Blue Storm. Not going to be in blue. At least they're in the blue warm-ups at the moment, taking their final kicks of the ball. And Sky Clark will be the goalkeeper for Jürgen Huttner, who last year could not beat this Titans team. And again, she's going to get a heavy dose and see a lot of action today.
Well, a lot of action, and she's going to have to, stay on her toes and keep her shape, especially defensively. You got to make sure that if you're playing that semi-flat back forward, you got to have your fullbacks tucked in and your outside midfielders pinching in a little bit and helping defensively, because as you know, Eastern Florida is known for their ability to send players forward, their ability to go directly at goal and take shots on goal as well.
Well, we already mentioned number 11, Natalie De Silva, the Region 8 Freshman Player of the Year. Again, moved a little higher up in the formation ahead of Katie Lockwood, Ebony Wiseman, Danny Gomez, and Christina Garriga. And a different role for her, but still a goal-scoring spot for the Brazilian.
Yeah, she's going to play more like a number 10, a little more like an attacking center mid. She's going to have, as you mentioned, a little bit more of a green light as to when to go. She's going to go at will. We know she has the ability to take players on. She loves to do that. She's got the little flair to her game. She's got that jogo bonito that you and I like from a Brazilian player. As I said in the intro, a very high soccer IQ. She can play the through ball. She can take her one-on-one. So with her, definitely a multi-directional type player. So look for her to be the catalyst in this Eastern Florida offense.
Let's take a look at the starting 11s for each side. On the left will be Southwestern Illinois. On the right, Eastern Florida. And a bit of a mixed bag. I think 4-3-3 Southwestern Illinois. We haven't seen them. It's their season opener as well as they've come to Florida. And we'll take on Polk State here again on Sunday. So they'll daily double. They'll have 2 for the weekend against teams from Florida. But some players that can do some damage. And then Eastern Florida along the back, it'll be Dees, Suppan, Whitaker, and Kelsey Kiley making her return at the right back spot. It'll be Sarah Deinert, the German transfer from ASA College of New York, manning things in between the pipes. There's a look at the 2 head coaches, Jeff Carr on the right and Jürgen Huttner, now in his 4th season, 3 region championships to his credit, native of Germany. And now he is leading the 5th largest college in Illinois, 16,000 students at Southwestern Illinois. Our referees for today will be Tony Baumert, Elvis Osmanovich, and Eden Kapijic will be the 2 assistant referees.
And let's not forget, Jeff, for some of these northern teams, the weather is definitely going to be a factor, especially they're playing 2 games in this weekend, so the formations might change a little bit. A team that might come out and play you a 4-3-3, like in this case for Southwestern Illinois, they're going to find out today that they're playing in one of the biggest fields, every bit of 120 by 80, just a gorgeous field conditions here. So within that, they're going to have to worry about the heat. They're going to have to worry about hydration. And if you're not able to play those 3 up front and the 3 that you're playing in the middle with a 4-3-3 cannot hang on against Eastern Florida, who's playing 4 across the middle and sometimes 5, it's going to be a long day for you having to chase all over the field.
Except for the introductions of these 2 teams. As the referees and Tony Baumert leading White-clad Southwestern Illinois and the blue of Eastern Florida out onto the field. On what looks to be a beautiful day if you're watching it on WEFS or online, but it is quite warm out there, Eddie, as we've come to realize here today.
No, and that once again, look for that humidity and that heat to be a factor for both teams. I'm quite certain they're going to have that water break in between each of the halves. But more than that, Jeff, I don't think neither team can afford to high press right off the bat. You got to be able to keep the ball, use the width, and the more you can possess the ball, you're going to make the other team chase you. And of course, you don't want to do that in a pitch that is this big, 180 by 120 by 80 rather.
Teams being introduced to the crowd here. Mike Parsons doing the PA duties once again.
Number 7, Bianca Perez. Number 9, Payton Seibel. Number 11, Erica Lloyd. Number 15, Madison Stauffer. Number 18, Ellie Jennings. And number 21, Josie Holmes.
Here's the starting lineup for your Eastern Florida State College Titans.
Sarah Deinert, goalkeeper. Kelsey Carter, defense. Luna Super, defense. Chloe Whitaker, defense. Sophia Carroll, midfield. Ebony Wiseman, midfield. Christina Rodrigo, midfield. Natalie De Silva, forward. Kate Lockwood, midfield. Daniel Gomez, midfield. Megan Dees, defense.
So there's a look at that Titans starting lineup here for 2017 season, going up against a successful program in Southwest Illinois, 12 wins in each of the last 3 years for the Blue Storm. And now we await the national anthem. Well, instead, we'll get right to it, Eddie. Why not?
Might as well. In a nice and humid day, might as well get the game on, get it going.
Before us, it was Daytona State taking on Johnson County, and aside from Florida getting a convincing win, I believe it was 4-0 in the end. And Johnson County, a team that Jeff Carr's crew will play here again on Sunday.
Yeah, and you can tell for them it came down to the fitness as well and the conditions of how hot it was. Once Daytona started knocking the ball around, playing those through balls, then it was very difficult for Johnson County to answer any of the calls, especially after that there was no type of offense going forward from them.
Final huddles for each side. You only get one season opener per year. Make this one count.
Yeah, this is when you want things to come together. You had a kind of a long preseason in terms of time and you know the amount of training sessions per day, sometimes 3, and you know a very demanding preseason in the college ranks because you only have a certain amount of sessions that you can do preseason. So believe me when I tell you that it's definitely a pretty hard 2 weeks of conditioning for for both teams. So this is when you want things to come together. Opening game, what it's all about. Your parents and your friends get to come watch you, and what it's all about.
Game on in Melbourne will be Southwestern Illinois in the white, attacking left to right, immediately playing it back. Moving it out to the wide side where Bianca Perez waiting for it, the freshman out of Collinsville. And immediately the pressure comes. Katie Lockwood getting a shot away, and it'll be the keeper, Sky Clark, to corral it here in the first minute.
Yeah, great job by Katie Lockwood, just stealing the ball right there. A diagonal ball that she was able to keep, and decided to test the goalkeeper from 40 out. That's the way to do it early in the game. Just put it on frame and see what the goalkeeper can do.
Now the throw will go into touch. And 45 on that opening first half clock. And first of 2 games here on WEFS here on the opening weekend. Home opener for Oliver 12 Trees men as well. Immediately you're struck by a bit of a size difference with Eastern Florida, Eddie, as you look out at Cristina Garriga.
Yeah, the Spanish, you can tell that's a center mid right there. You can tell the size difference, the presence that she has playing out of the center mid, as we see her right close to us with a number 10.
And it's Whitaker who will be in that back line. She's 5'3", so playing center back, number 7. And now immediately into the attack go the Titans along the right side, as Wiseman, the native of Kingsland, England, looking to possess. It's been a good preseason for Jeff Carr's crew as well. So that Lockwood, Wiseman, Garriga, and De Silva have really formed a nice partnership. And here's Garriga into the 18. It will be cleared towards that byline and unable to save it. Southwestern Illinois will be corner kick first of the match for the Titans here 3 minutes in.
And you saw that great touch by Cristina Garriga. As soon as she got the ball on the outside, took a touch towards her defender and beat her just with one touch, getting behind the defender point of view. First corner kick for Eastern Florida.
It'll be Lockwood to take. 2 hands in the air. Expect an in-swinger. Bent towards that back stick and goes over everybody. Will yield a goal kick the other way for the Blue Storm.
Yeah, that's kind of a waste by Lockwood, because if you look, there's 9 players from Eastern Florida in the box. You wait to bring everyone in, so you want to make sure that you hit that ball somewhere in the box. You try to the in-swinger and just got too much of that spin. As we always, Jeff, you and I talked about the importance of the first 5 minutes of every half. This is when you get rid of the jitters, the nerves, and you want to make sure that you establish your system of play. You establish the way you're going to knock the ball around if you're Eastern Florida.
So I'm cutting in. Another ball forward with no end product. Still a few minutes in. Sky Clark from Triad, Illinois. Well, push her numbers forward here on this hot afternoon on the Space Coast. Judging it well was Megan Dees out of Winter Haven. Her 2nd season at the left back spot, former walk-on.
Yeah, Megan had a pretty good year last year. As you mentioned, she was a walker, but she managed to get a starting job throughout the season. She was a constant fixture for this, defense for Eastern Florida.
And gets stuck in is Una Supan, the German. Now Whitaker plays it square, and that forces Sarah Deinert into coming out and playing with her feet. Turned over near side.
Wiseman was
Perez.
Yeah, Wiseman was trying to play the ball down the line. You can say Da Silva's playing more like a number 9. I know when we introduced her, I thought she was going to have that free role as a number 10, but she's all the way up with the last center back.
Here's Lockwood. Wiseman. And we'll drop back.
Yeah, that's perfect, man. That's great. And once again, watch this square ball right here. That's dangerous, that sector. That's because she plays the ball with the outside of her right foot, putting her goalkeeper, Dana, in trouble. Great job by Sarah coming out and just clearing the ball.
5 minutes in, no score. Do you expect any jitters here really from either side to start a season when you want to get out on the front foot?
Yeah, well, you want to just, more than the jitters, you want to make sure you start knocking the ball around and just really use the width. If you're Eastern Florida, they're used to this great facility, great pitch here. If you use the width, once you start creating that width, then you can create the length and start playing that penetrating run, because now the only player that they have up front is De Silva, and now you're going to see Lockwood, you see her on the ball playing out wide, and even the number 10, the spinner, Cristina Garrega, going forward. So you got to make sure that De Silva gets the ball to her feet and makes good contact.
Gomez will cut in and turn on the power. De Silva at the top of the D gets a turn. Does connect with Wiseman, and now will be cleared into touch by the defense from the Blue Storm. Throw from Dees. De Silva drops back. Turns. Former Montverde Academy product. A beautiful ball in behind, running on late. And knocked out at the last second. But boy, they're closing on that ball quickly.
Yeah, Lockwood and Gomez go to the same ball. But what about this little flick right here from Da Silva? What about this great ball right here? Splitting two center backs. Lockwood gets there. Gomez right at the very last end, and the fullback gets a touch on it as the referee calls to stop the clock. And I'm not sure who he's gonna
need to check on Southwestern Illinois' Madison Stauffer.
Yeah, there's got to be probably some type of blood coming out, because you got to make the sub, and if she's even small cut, a little bit of bleeding anywhere, you got to get out and put a little bit of tape, a Band-Aid.
Tony Baumert in his 18th season as a referee.
Dangerous ball by Lockwood. Yeah, looking for that near post. And you mentioned it earlier, the first time she tried to take that corner kick, she's going with that in-swinger to the near post. But if that's the case, you got to put a player from Eastern Florida near post.
Lockwood looking to pick out a pass, disrupted enough by Perez and corralled by Wiseman. De Silva, a beautiful through ball. The flag is up. Otherwise, it would have been the opening salvo from Cristina Garriga.
And that's what I was talking about, the higher soccer IQ by Da Silva. Sees a really flat defense, plays the little ball behind, and the number 10, Cristina Garriga, once again gets through. That would have been the 1-0. Great job by the defense, though, just stepping in at the last minute. And here's another look. This back angle right here from the 1-2. Lockwood gets the ball in the turn. And I think that's the player that went out. I'm not sure what the injury was.
Now being bossed here in the early going possession-wise. Here is Chloe Whitaker. Getting out right, Kelsey Kiley. The outside backs, a fixture and holdovers from last year's team coached by Jeff Carr. And the run comes along that backside. Wiseman leaving it right. Sending another ball across. Clark has it for the Blue Storm.
Yeah, not the best cross by Gomez. She had Da Silva near post, and she had Garriga far post making those runs.
And that one caught by the wind just a bit. Garriga, number 10, the native of Barcelona, Spain. Freshman leaves it into space. It'll be cleared, but only as far as Megan Dees. Will reload and keep testing the keeper. Climbing the ladder was Clark.
Well, not shy by Garriga, testing the goalkeeper from 40 out. I like the effort, though. As soon as she took that great touch, great turn, she was looking for the far post.
Eddie, you can hear the breeze being picked up by our field microphones. It is blowing a little right to left, so you can test a keeper. Good awareness there by the Titans.
Oh, absolutely, especially if you see the goalkeeper a few steps in front. You can tell by the flag that it's going towards Eastern Florida once again. Watch this little quick turn right here. Pits her head up, and she goes for it. She had the right distance, just
Boy, a couple
half
inches
a step,
higher.
yeah.
That might get her.
But once again, Jeff, is having that awareness of where you are on the field and how you can try that next time. And you want to keep that goalkeeper, always in the right spot. Yep.
Dropping deep, strong on the ball. Nicely done by Erica Lloyd to try to disrupt, but Lockwood's back on the ball, trying to slip one through. Well done by Allie Jennings to get it going the other way. Again, everything coming through the midfield being taken by the Titans here.
Lockwood actually had Gomez wide open on the left.
Scramble continues. D's center. Lloyd starts things off. Here is Perez, the freshman, trying to play the ball through. Coming in late is Kerrer. And out quickly to close it down is Deinert from Moors, Germany.
Great ball by Bianca Perezi, though, on a through ball, looking for Payton Seibel in that breakaway from Illinois.
Dancing on the ball was Gomez, the sophomore. Fixture in that starting lineup in multiple positions last year. And this will go in behind for a goal kick. As here's Deinert coming out, Eddie.
Yeah, and once again, look at this great through ball. She cuts the ball to the inside. Pricey plays the right weighted ball into her forward. Payton, of course, the goalkeeper, Sarah Daner, comes out, collects the ball, rolls down.
Whitaker was there with her step for step. Player with a lot of pace, hence why Jeff Carr has put her back there, despite her 5'3" size.
Yeah, but it's that speed that you mentioned, that you talked about, that she's not going to get behind. She's not going to get beaten behind because she's got the ability to close those gaps and those angles.
Even if she misjudges something in the air, she can catch it.
Yeah, the only concern with her, we saw it already when she played the ball with the outside of her foot for their keeper, and a miss hit. The keeper had to come out. Sarah Diner.
Whitaker, a fullback by trade. Of course, you've got Kylie and Dees returning starters at those spots. The feeling if Eastern Florida is as good as advertised, there'll be a lot of playing time for everybody if they can get out ahead and out in front in games.
Yeah, no, and that's exactly what you want. If you're able to put games away early, time, you can switch around players, try them in different spots.
Diagonal ball out here left to Garriga. And now De Silva, who's taken that forward spot from Darian Davis, the sophomore from last year, who scored tons of goals from that spot, who would just get in behind everybody.
I was just going to say that's one of the things that Eastern Florida is going to miss. Exactly the same spot. If situations would have been reversed where Da Silva was playing those through balls to Darian Davis, who would have been gone on that one-on-one. She had the ability to get behind the whole entire back line, and that's the difference, having that breakaway speed.
A different type of striker for sure, as Suppan gets it from her countrywoman. Deinert and Suppan, the native Germans on the roster. Suppan, the ball at her feet, will play it left, skates a little too far, nearly saved in by Garriga.
Yes.
A very technical Spaniard.
Suppan had Megan Dees wide open. She skipped, and she was looking for Cristina Garriga. And that's one of the things you cannot do, especially when it's this hot. Don't skip any players. If you switch your point of attack from A to B to C, you're going to accomplish a lot more when you're trying to hit the long ball and it gets away from you. And now if you look at the majority of the players from Southwest Illinois, look at their hands on their hips already because it's extremely hot. And they're not going to be able to match up with the intensity of this heat from Eastern Florida.
They're used to training in these conditions and have numbers to run off the bench as well. Jeff Carr saying this team more deep than the team was last year, more balanced as well. That's saying a lot. There's De Silva with a chance, and it will be escorted all the way out by Allie Jennings, the center back from Fort Zumwalt, Missouri.
So now the difference, Jeff, I can tell right away in the first 15 minutes of this game that the only choice right now that Eastern Florida has is playing that through ball to Da Silva. I like to see Jeff Carr coming out with two forwards so Da Silva can come back and hold the ball. You can play at her feet and have somebody else spring forward, whether it's Cristina Garriga or someone else, even Gomez out wide that you can put on top. So you can have that dual, danger on top. Right now it's just one-dimensional with Da Silva running forward.
Well, be Blue Storm ball. Last year 13-7-1 of Region 24. Hutner, 4-time Region Coach of the Year. And back on the ball are the Titans once more. Gomez into space. Lockwood playing it through. De Silva down in the box. And we'll have a penalty.
Yeah, he calls. Actually, it was an
offside.
first.
Offside before that. So.
No, you're right, though. The linesman's calling offsides. The referee's calling a penalty kick. And I think he's going to check without saying Da Silva received the ball.
In an offside position?
In an offside spot. You're absolutely right, Jeff. And once again, you can tell here by this angle that by the time Lockwood plays the ball right there, she's in an offside spot. And then the defender caught up.
Clear foul, no doubt.
Joey Hosh, the left fullback. And that's why they get awarded a little bit of luck here for Illinois, getting that offside rather than the penalty kick first.
Well, it's whatever happens first, right?
Absolutely.
And all this talk, if you go up to the professional level on video assistant referees now and things being waved off because of something happening beforehand, and the referee's got it right there. The old-fashioned way, you communicate with your assistant. Whatever happened first is what counts.
Let's not talk about the new replay to Kaká from Orlando City.
A couple of weeks back.
It was red carded, something as silly as, him talking to one of his buddies, and the referee completely missed it. And even the player from the other team said, "No, we were just joking." It was
Aurelian Collin, his former teammate, but it was a high-charged atmosphere as that one is sent over the top. Wiseman had a tough angle.
Ebony Wiseman gets a gift in the far post from Da Silva, brings the ball down, and he was feeling so good, she decided to unleash the demons to the far post. Look at Da Silva, a little shake and bake in the box. Wiseman breaks it down.
Just went a little off to her right, trying to swing for it. And Southwestern Illinois continuing to play with fire here. Under a half hour to go this opening half. We've played over a quarter hour. And the wind continuing to pick up. I'm sure welcome to the players on the field to have that breeze to cool off the oven.
Yeah, no, you can definitely feel it if you're on the field. We can definitely hear it. Our microphones are picking up the wind. But if you look at Southwestern's demeanor there, they're just not running. You can tell the heat is really definitely doing a number on them because they're just not aggressive. They're not keeping the ball. They're not creating much of anything going forward.
Switching around now, Wiseman here on that left side. Has it on her left foot, trying to keep it back to the right. Quickly off her line is Clark. Danger, Will Robinson. And now you've got the player down. It's Sky Clark. And slow to get up. She's been pressed into a lot of action. We'll stop the clock here at 27:58.
And there's actually blood right there in the right knee. Wiseman takes too many touches in the box as she was trying to cross the ball.
Aye.
You can tell that right knee where she makes contact with the ground. Da Silva didn't make contact with the goalkeeper, but I think Clark got the worst out of that tackle.
Clark, the sophomore. Put this low. Quick turn attempt by Payton Seibel. And Seibel will continue the run. Warding off by Dees, who went down in a heap quite hard.
Yeah, Megan Dees complaining that she got pushed from behind before she made contact with the ball or before she attempted that contact with the ball.
High boot by Seibel. Oh, White gets the throw, though. Hannah Lehman, wearing number 1, unusual for a field player, I might add. Dees heads it back out.
If you're going to wear 1 when you're a field player, you got to be extremely fast.
You're extremely good with your hands. Lehman from Freeburg High School. The throw getting into that attacking third and falls right to the defense. Suppan will nudge it forward. Da Silva, one-on-one. Turns it around on Allie Jennings. Good recovery run being made by Lehman. And De Silva will send it to the center of the park. Headed in the air.
Yeah, De Silva doesn't have that breakaway speed, to take 3-4 players on. She does have, however, the technical ability to take players on and then switch your point of attack, as we just saw her try and look for Gomez in the far post.
Sarah Chemley checked in at that last dead ball, so she was there in the center, the former Canadian national futsal team member. Can play forward or a holding mid.
Yeah, Chemley came in for Gomez out wide.
Just to give her a rest. Lockwood, Chemley on the ball now, the Canadian crossing halfway. Lockwood, the Englishwoman. And will be held up by the Spaniard, Garriga. Into De Silva on a volley, heads it up and over the top, a little half bicycle. And brings some excitement to the proceedings, but it will yield a goal kick.
Yeah, Da Silva, well, actually started with Garriga, who plays the ball in the air. Da Silva tried to bring it down. Ooh. Side volley, bicycle kick, slash. The difference is she made contact with the ball as the ball was still going up, not when it was coming down. And, of course, the ball goes over the bar. Once again, Sky Clark doing a good job keeping the shot out right now for Southwestern.
Coming up on 25 minutes to go, opening half. Here getting behind is Perez, closed down quickly by Supon. Perez will hold it up. Will need some support. Will turn around the freshman. And now turned over. Won by Wiseman. Here they come combining. Titans on the move. Wiseman, De Silva running forward. Has an outlet to Chemley. Will opt to kick it back into Wiseman. And it was interrupted by Jennings. Ball across late. Pawed in front by Clark. And they've survived another foray into that attacking third. The Southwestern Illinois as Eastern Florida continues to pound the rock.
Yeah, De Silva gained the ball from Wiseman. And as Wiseman turned, she could play Chamali out wide, who was all by herself. And when you go on that counterattack, Jeff, you got to have the ability to pass the ball as quick as you can and gain that space behind.
Lockwood. There's Dees. Lockwood calling for it back. Boy, beautiful pass from Dees to keep it going. Now it's Garriga. De Silva outside of the D. Lockwood. Numbers closed down. Chemley inside the 18 gets a shot away and it sticks to the gloves nicely. Sky Clark coming up big once more.
And that's the difference. You can tell how quickly Eastern Florida moved the ball in just in a matter of 6-7 passes. Got all the way to the 18. Great shot by Chamali. And at least now you're making the goalkeeper, Sky Clark, make the save. And that's every chance you want to make sure it ends up in a shot, whether it's on goal or not. But the fact that you're going to end up all the way inside the 18, that's how you're going to stretch them lengthwise.
50-50 ball. Wiseman. Now De Silva floats it up over. And again, Sky Clark staying very busy as we'll have the first half hydration break.
And here's a different angle from that combination by Eastern Florida. That's Chamali, near post shot right there. Great job by Sky Clark. She had the near post all the way.
So no hydration, just substitution. So coming off will be Garriga for the first time. Now we see the entrance of Cleisha Daru. So another native of London. Highly pacey left-footed player that Jeff Carr really likes. Just trying to get her adjusted to the speed of the game here on this side of the pond. Touch on the right by Kylie into the area. So Daru, the second sub of this one.
And Keisha Daru is playing on the left side, right where Cristina Garriga was playing, so now she's got the whole space. And if you were in the bench watching, you can see that Garriga had pretty much all the left side to work with, even though she's a right-footed predominantly player. She never went to the outside, so she can cut the ball to the inside and then use that predominantly right foot to either take a shot or cross the ball, as we saw her take a couple of long-range shots, testing the goalkeeper.
quickly going into offensive posture. Dees to Suppan. Sophia. This Carroll, a Melbourne native out of MCC, manning things in the center of the park. Here is Clecia DeRue. Keeping it on her left foot along the byline, tries to earn the corner. We'll have to come back and get some help. Dees, square ball intercepted by Erica Lloyd. And she'll just play it wide. And another substitution coming for Eastern Florida, as Kylie will get a breather. And we'll see for the first time Destiny DeLuca. So the Melbourne Beach native, played for Rosie Lord at Mel High. Very pacey, wide defender. Can also play center back. See where she sets up shop. Right now it's De Silva looking for that opening salvo. Gets taken off the ball. You hear Tony Baumert say no foul.
Yeah, great job by the Southwestern defense, just double teaming De Silva. They know that she's tricky. She's a good technical player. They're not going to give her a lot of time and a lot of space on the ball.
DeLuca, first touch, getting it advanced forward. She'll go up for the throw. 20 minutes to go, opening half. No score in the season opener here. Titans have had a lot of the ball, a lot of shots, but nothing to show for it as of yet. But as you know from your playing days, goals can come in bunches. Once you open the first one, more can come.
And I think that's going to be the case today, Jeff. This is one of those games where it takes you a little bit to decipher the right combination, how you can put the first one in. But once you figure that out and you keep using the width and switching the point of attack, the goals will come because you're generating chances. But as you know, the first one is the most difficult one.
Now Megan Dees, the other fullback, will come off.
It's a great job by Coach Jeff Carr rotating the players. As we talked about the conditions today, super hot and humid. You want to keep the players fresh and bring some fresh legs as well.
Well, we bring Danny Gomez back on, but now at left back. So her versatility being shown, the sophomore out of Alpine, California.
Especially because Danny Gomez is a right-footed player. We saw her playing up front for Eastern Florida. So the fact that she can make some runs out of the back, out of the left side, she's going to be able to cut the ball to the inside and use that that right foot. She's got a strong right foot. As we see Katie Lockwood on the corner kick flag.
Into the wind it goes, hangs up in the box, headed out of trouble. Jessie Hoke. Lockwood back at her feet. Second ball across. Boy, it took a little deflection, but it found its way to Clark, luckily for the Blue Storm.
Dangerous ball, and I'm not sure if the Southwestern defender was planning to do that. That was Allie Jennings who chested the ball back to her goalkeeper, or that was just by mistake that the ball just ricocheted, but nonetheless, very dangerous situation.
So Gomez playing things out.
And once again, you can tell this cross right here, ball goes to Lockwood. Katie Lockwood with a good touch, sends the ball into the box, and Jennings right there just, it's almost like she meant to do that. Chest strapped the ball right into the hands to Sky Clark, her goalkeeper.
DeRue whips it across. Chemily on the ball. Leaving it for Lockwood. Head up. Diagonal looking for De Silva. And couldn't find her feet. Roll out for a throw. Eastern Florida will continue to possess in the attacking half.
Yeah, Lockwood just a little bit nonchalant, a little too cavalier for my liking. That pass has to be more precise in the attacking third. And he just seems to me, Jeff, once you get to that attacking third, they're not as sharp when it comes down to playing the ball to feet or playing it in spades. You have to be a little bit quicker. Otherwise, the Southwestern defenders are stepping in front of you, and that's how you're not creating chances or clear chances at that.
A final product, really the only thing lacking is Blue Storm defending in numbers. There's Perez, has had some dangerous moments herself. Flips it over to that left side. And and getting by. And immediately turns back over. Chemily to DeLuca.
Yeah, Perez has been pretty much the only danger player for Southwestern Illinois at the attack. She's had a couple of good chances.
Hoke travels forward but puts it out of play. So no score as Danny Gomez will retrieve for a throw here. Now, Eastern Florida, one of those programs that certainly has a style to the way they want to play. It's the shape doesn't change with the personnel changes, right, Eddie?
Yeah, no, the system of play that he wants to play is there, it's implemented, and then he just goes and gets the player that he wants. It's kind of like a puzzle. You want a left fullback who can make some runs out of the back, you go get that player, but the system that he wants to play, it's there, it's engraved every year. The whole time we've been doing games here at Eastern Florida, you can tell the system is the same, changes players. Of course, sometimes you have different speed or different tendencies, but the overall schematic of the team remains the same.
Gomez change of direction, but the pass did not find De Silva. Here come Blue Storm looking to counter the other way. Just trying to dump and chase. That's not going to fool Chloe Whitaker, the freshman out of Atlanta, who Coach Carr said this week, we're very fortunate to have her in the fold. Very good player.
And you see how easily Eastern Florida comes out of trouble out of the back. It all started from the goalkeeper, Sarah, who distributed the ball well. Fullback, Supon, played the ball out wide.
And we'll come back towards Southwestern Illinois. Something was seen by the referee, Tony Baumert.
Did she get called for an offside? I can't really tell from my angle. I think Daru was the player who received the ball.
Must have been.
Well, one player who's happy that the score remains the same is that player right there, Sky Clark, the goalkeeper from Southwestern. Just happy to keep that clean sheet right now, just in the back. Just she wants to make sure that nothing happens, keeps everything in front of her.
Kerrer will come back. Gomez will turn on the Jets, running at defenders. Daru. Wiseman, De Silva. From distance, De Silva skirts it by the left stick. As a wind might have pushed it wide, we'll have another sub, a change for each side upcoming for Coach Huttner and Coach Carr.
Yeah, that's too far. And now we see Chemily coming off for Cristina Garriga. And I would like to see her play up front with that size. She can truly play like a number 9 with that size, and hopefully she's going to play it in the middle. And then you can have Da Silva make runs off of her. She's going to be able to hold the ball for you. Very good technical player.
Speaking of number 9s, it is number 9 Payton Seibel, who freshman striker coming in for the Blue Storm. A throw here for Hannah Lehman.
Hey, Grisha, take 7, Danny, take 9 behind you.
And you hear that great communication by the captain, Supon, in the back, trying to sort out the marks. This is when you get your shape and when you get your marks, and she's going to drop, give you 10 to 15 yards behind with that best view of the house.
A change for Jeff Carr. So Gomez back off, and Dee's got her rest.
Yeah, and a lot of the times, Jeff, that's all you need. 5 to 7 minutes, 10, it'll be great, but just enough for you to hydrate and get, you know, get you decent rest in the legs, and then you go back to work. You do not want to stay out too long, though, because once you get cold, it's harder for you to come back. But of course, in these conditions, in this heat, really hard for you to get cold. You can literally just sit out for 10 minutes, and you don't need you don't need a warm up anymore.
Especially when the sun's hitting you direct on the benches over there. Throw here for Hannah Lehman. Sophomore leaders on this team. Thrown into Lloyd and turned over promptly. On the mark do well with it was Hoke. Shot a bit, Lloyd. Cleaned up again. Yuna Supan, former Bayern Munich Academy player. Eastern Florida on the move once more. De Silva cuts to the left, then the right. Good shot, but right at the keeper, Clark once more. And she's been stymied.
Yeah, right about the best chance for Eastern Florida. Natalie De Silva doing what she does best, taking players on. She gets to the top of the 18, gets the captain to the right, to the left. She had pretty much the whole net open, decided to go near post, and once again, great job by Sky Clark in the back, just keeping that sheet clean in the back for Southwestern, because I think she had the far post wide open. Of course, easier from up here, but when you making that 20, 30-yard run and you get to the 18, legs are fatigued already. And you get the sense, Jeff, that it's just a matter of time from Da Silva, who can pretty much unlock this this game here.
Oh, Garriga looking across. A nice attempt as Daru couldn't quite get to it. Looking back.
See, you can tell right there in that shot right there, right at the goalkeeper. And Natalia Da Silva would love to have that chance again, because the far post was wide open. There's no way Clark could have gone even with a full extension, as we see a couple of subs here from both teams.
Getting to that point. Right now it's 10 minutes from a shutout half for each side. Leslie Tapia, freshman, making her debut. Sebastian River wearing 24. She's out in front now. Keeping the numbers fresh. Chloe on a diagonal out to De Silva. Steps two. The Brazilian trying to get a turn on. Now we'll leave it off for DeLuca. Ball into the area. That's by Hoke. Back to Eastern Florida on the throw. 9 minutes remain in the opening half. High throw. No hesitation by Hoke. We'll go to the line with Garriga. Jeff Carr looks on, taking notes, thinking about maybe adjustments at the half to get that final ball produced and finished.
Yeah, of course, from Jeff Carr perspective here, you would love to put one in the back of the net prior to that halftime. It would give you the lead, but more than that, it would give you that confidence that coming into the second half, as we see another one of Eastern Florida players warming up. I think she's going to get the ball that went out of bounds, but you want to get, if you're Da Silva, if you're Garriga, if you're Gomez, and even Wiseman, you want to try to get that one more shot in this half, or one more opportunity.
Over the top again, too much on it.
Yeah, and if you're going to play that ball over the top, it's only going to, the advantage goes, to Southwestern Illinois, because they have that goalkeeper who's right around the 18 just waiting for the ball, and you have to play the perfect ball behind the center backs.
And trying to do that there, and not perfect enough to beat Supan. Very open game here as of late. Ebony Wiseman on a beautiful ball. Cross, it will go. A goal kick or corner.
Yeah, Leslie Tapia not able to get to that ball and cross it, but great ball by Ebony Wiseman. And if you look at Wiseman right here, looks up, splits the two center backs, and Tapia's not able to get to the end line and cross the ball with her left foot.
Tapia receiving a lot of high praise in our talks with Jeff Carr, the freshman out of Fellsmere, Florida. Player with a lot of potential, one of the hardest workers on the team thus far. And getting caught out was Chloe Whitaker there. Suppan there to cover. And Lockwood all by herself in the midfield. Play it long, and I think offside position was Cristina Garriga.
Yeah, see, we keep dumping the ball on top, and it's just, you know, when you only have one forward on top and you're playing one dimension, the whole entire defense and even the team on the bench for Southwestern know that Eastern Florida is going to play that through ball in the air, and it's just not enough space for you to do that. What has worked is when you play the ball either to Garriga's feet or even De Silva, you can do that penetrating 1-2 on top of the box.
There's Tapia catches the ball that time, and now the corner of the 18-yard area finds De Silva, stutters, gets another shot on the way. It's a low hooking ball, but right at Sky Clark.
Yeah, great job by De Silva getting rid of the two defenders, but she had plenty of time, could have taken an extra touch and then go to goal inside the 18. She opted for the long range shot once again to the hands of Sky Clark, who was so happy to get that shot from 18 out. She's just holding her ground, and by now she's on 7 or 8 saves, and all from De Silva pretty much. She's racking up the stats in this first half against an Eastern Florida team that loves to attack forward. You and I knew that. She was going to have to be on to keep her team in this game.
Run continues. Here's Dees. Hits that one off of Lehman.
And once again, we talked about De Silva's ability to take players on. She collects the ball. Watch this 1-2 between the two defenders. Plenty of time. She could have taken an extra touch, get closer to the goal.
So a lot of her shots have been low too.
Against a
trying to keep it from going over the bar, you get that. But.
Right, but against a goalkeeper who's really good at getting low to the ground. If it was a taller goalkeeper and you play the ball on the ground, that's the way to go. Against a shorter goalkeeper, you want to put the ball up in the corners.
Corner kick once more for the Titans, still looking to crack it open here in the first half with 4 minutes to play.
Tapia and Lockwood. Looks like it's going to be Katie Lockwood. You got to make sure here, Jeff, that you deliver a good ball. Pretty much 10 of the Eastern Florida players in the box.
One floated long, high out of the box. It will be knocked back into the area, headed down and in. Garriga used that height to her advantage, and the Titans have struck first. The opening goal of the season, Cristina Garriga, the freshman from Barcelona, Spain.
Not the best ball from the outside right here, but it gets the job done. A floater, the goalkeeper doesn't come out, and Garriga, that's the rest. Cristina Garriga uses that 5'10" frame. 6-footer, freshman. I stand corrected, 5'10", even better, 6 foot.
Still taller than everybody else,
Absolutely,
right?
That frame. And here's another angle. This is what Clark, the goalkeeper, saw. Never got to the ball. And of course, when you're 6 feet, you want to use that height to your advantage. The Spaniard did just that to put Eastern Florida 1-0 up at the scoreboard.
Now that's a weapon right there on any set piece, right?
Absolutely, and it wasn't a great ball, but just good enough to get in front of the goalkeeper.
Yeah, it wasn't not enough to really redirect it in a traditional sense, but.
Yeah, Kelsey Kiley gets the assist. And when you have a player like that, Jeff, you want to drive the ball. So all she's got to do is step in front of the defender. In this case, the ball got hung up a little bit. However, great job, though, once again by Cristina Garriga, who stepped in front of the goalkeeper. And in that case, Sky Clark couldn't get to the ball.
And you mentioned her already in this broadcast, the first and last 5 minutes of halves so crucial, and you concede right before the half. Southwestern Illinois now forced to chase at least the rest of this half. And now Titans smelling blood as that one put over the top by Wiseman.
And to your point that you brought up earlier, watch now that you open up that that can of worms, you're able to decipher the first goal, how things are going to happen quicker. Now the other side of that, we talked about too, the difference between going into that half with a 1-0 lead. So much easier for Eastern Florida.
Adjudication goes back to the Blue Storm there, trying to look for an equalizer here in the final 2 minutes of the opening half.
Emily Bloomkamp right there in that collision. Kelsey Kiley getting all ball. And right now, Jeff Gard's got to be pretty happy going to this halftime with a 1-0 lead. And if anything, just the fact that you're able to score the first one, and now it's going to be less pressure for your team to come out in the second half. Now you really can take your time and let the game come to you.
Wiseman, De Silva trying to get a touch in behind. Nicely played there by the number 10 of Annalise Osborne, freshman out of Clarksville, Tennessee. Mickey Dolan sang it best in the last train to Clarksville. Oh, and it kind of caught Deinert a little flat-footed. She's able to catch up as Erica Lloyd was lurking and ready to pounce.
Yeah, that's a dangerous ball. And now Lockwood waiting for the ball.
Lockwood commits the foul. This will set up a set-piece opportunity, a good way to equalize here for Southwestern Illinois. Hitting it into the window.
Yeah, you don't want to start giving up soft chances if you're Eastern Florida, especially with only 45 seconds left in this first half.
Good one. And climbing the ladder was Deinert. Had to measure that one. It was on target.
Deinert measuring the distance. You're right. She identified the path of the ball and with ease just collected the ball. Two gloves to the ball, which you want to do as a goalkeeper.
Lockwood gets it in. Tapia will have to chase it into the corner with 10 seconds to just launch something in there and see what sticks. Sent across. Clock will expire, and at the half it will be 1-0 to the homestanding Titans. A lead taken with just 3 minutes to go in the half is held up so far. 1-0 to the Titans over the Blue Storm. We'll be right back right after this on WEFS.
On Friday, September 22nd, the Eastern Florida State College Foundation will hold its 4th annual Scholarship Golf Tournament fundraiser at the Sun Tree Country Club. Get ready for an afternoon of fun featuring tea parties, door prizes, games, boxed lunches, dinner, beer, and cocktails. For the last 40 years, the foundation has provided essential financial support to EFSC students. In the last 5 years alone, student scholarships have totaled more than $2.5 million, with every dollar benefiting the students they serve. You or your organization can help the foundation raise money this year by signing up as an individual with a team or by becoming a corporate sponsor. Tickets for all levels of participation are available now. Proceeds from the event help provide scholarships for EFSC students. For complete information on how you can help, call the EFSC Foundation at 321-433-7055.
Head down.
Recently, the Eastern Florida women's soccer team met with the media to discuss the 2017 season. Head coach Jeff Carr believes it will be his team's depth that can lead the Titans to their 7th straight conference title.
We got a lot of talent and the most depth we have ever had as a team. And when the preseason started, we had 28 on the roster, which is the biggest roster we've ever had as well. So we're really excited about the potential that this team has as a team. We have a little bit of a physical aspect to it that I don't think we've had in the past. We have a couple, over 6-footers that can, bang with different types of styles of play. I think we're still going to be a possession-oriented team, But I think, again, I can't reiterate enough the depth that we actually have at a lot of different positions.
Strength of the team is teamwork for a big one and fight till the end. I think we just gel as a team and we all count on one another and push everyone. So if someone's having a bad game, just give them that, oh, keep going, and then they've got it.
We work really hard and we don't have like one single good player. We're all like, everyone's good and we work as a unit. I think that's really well because you can't shut down like just one person.
So the motto for this season is 7+1. The idea of that is we want to win the 7th conference title, and when we do that, it'll hopefully lead on to the 1 nationals, but we have to do the 7th before the 1.
I think you just have to take every game, one game at a time. You can't necessarily think like, okay, we're gonna go to the national championship right away, because it takes that one game in that moment. You can't think of the games in the week after or even later in the week. You just have to take that one game, win that one game, and then you can focus on the next one.
So check the website for game dates and times and come out and support your Titans. Admission is free.
We're high energy, we're gonna move the ball over the field, we're gonna press, and hopefully we're gonna score a lot of goals from different players this year.
Oh, great opportunity here for a shot on goal. Count it. Here's with the respect. Shaw drills it. My goodness gracious. Plays live. Another shot on goal. Count it.
The Eastern Florida State College women's soccer team takes on the Johnson County Cavaliers. Live Sunday at 6 on WEFS.
Join the fast-growing and rewarding field of healthcare at Eastern Florida State College's new Health Sciences Institute, where you can earn bachelor's degrees, associate's degrees, and certificates in a wide range of exciting careers, such as nursing, surgical technology, emergency care, radiography, sonography, and more. Don't delay. Contact Eastern Florida State College today.
One 0 to the Titans at the half on a sunny day here at Eastern Florida State College on campus. And I'm Jeff Radcliffe, joined by Eddie Rodriguez as we look back at the first half of action that have the Titans in front, but it took them 42 minutes to finally get that opening salvo.
Yeah, it took a little bit for them to get the rhythm and started putting some quality chances on goal. They had a lot of chances from far out. I know De Silva took at least 3-4 shots from 30, 40 out, and of course Cristina Garriga also shots from the outside, but they got to get going early as far as keeping possession of the ball, and especially in the attacking third. That very last touch has to be a little more precise.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights from that opening half of the 2017 season for Eastern Florida State College, and they had plenty of the possession and plenty of the shots as well.
That
but
right
a
there.
big save off the start, Eddie.
No, you're right. Whitaker just not playing the right ball back to her goalkeeper. And here's another one. Da Silva looking for that far post. Lockwood getting to that ball. Went out for a corner kick. And that long range shot that I was talking about, Cristina Garriga trying from about 35 out. And that right there is pretty much the only chance that Southwestern had going forward at the attack. Da Silva switched the ball to the far post. Nobody there. Garriga once again. This is that bicycle kick, half scissor kick.
Volley to herself, yeah.
And everything was around the 18, Jeff. Nothing inside the 18. Once again, Da Silva shake and bake outside the box. Long range shot, and that's exactly what Clark wanted.
Chopped one inside, and there is the goal. Not as textbook as you draw it up, but when you got 6 foot Cristina Garriga, anything in the air is a potential goal.
Yeah, not the sharpest cross by Kelsey Kylie, but she did enough just to hang the ball in the air. And once again, the presence of Cristina Garriga in the far post. You can see that's a great angle right there by our camera people. Sky Clark got a little bit, didn't get that jump start, and she lost the ball in the air. And that's how we ended up 1-0 at half.
Deinert keeping it 1-0 as we are just a half into this 2017 season on what is a beautiful but warm day here on the eastern coast of Florida. So let's talk about what we could see in the second half. Southwestern Illinois obviously in the position to chase a game. The later it goes, the more they press for a goal, the more chances really that Eastern Florida could have to add to the lead.
No, you're right. If you stretch them and they're going to try to go forward and try to create some chances, it's going to open up, especially right around the midfield, that center mid spot where you can have Lockwood working, De Silva working as well, even Gomez out of the back. And, of course, it all depends on how Eastern Florida comes out in the second half, whether you're going to keep Cristina Garriga on top or you're going to switch De Silva. Nonetheless, in the attacking third, Eastern Florida has to be a little more direct, a little more precise in their passing, and they have to go at goal as soon as they get a chance.
Saw the pictures moments ago of our crew not only working hard today but sweating hard as well, as we are at the home of the Titans. First of 2 games today. The men coming up to open their home schedule. They come in 2-0. And we'll take on Jefferson College of Missouri. That game coming your way at 8 o'clock. But we got another half of soccer to play here as the Titans women looking to get off 2017 with a bang. They're, again, the 6-time region champions, all in a row, looking to make it 7 in a row this year and make it back to nationals. As got to start every season off with their first win, and now 45 minutes away from doing just that.
And also for Jeff Carr, one of the challenges is how do you keep your team fresh when you start making subs? Pretty quick turnaround for when they have to play again on Sunday, so you got to make sure you keep the team hydrated. Early subs if you can. You got to be able to put this game away as soon as you can. 1-0, and it's not anywhere near enough. As we see once again, the ability of Garriga to get up, climb the ladder, and put that goal away.
Scoreline not reflective of the dominance in the park, but Titans have the 1-0 lead on the Blue Storm. Second half. When we come back.
It's about the process and the depth of the team for Eastern Florida's men's soccer in 2017. Coach Oliver Twelvetrees and some of his team recently met with the media to convey what it will take to get back to a conference title.
The key really is going day by day, trying to have that 1% improvement every day throughout the season, or even throughout the year, you know, and that's what we tried to do in the spring, and I've seen that in the performances so far in the preseason and practices, and I've seen that ability of the boys to really believe in the process and try and improve, do the right things. If they do the right things, we know that we have the talent, the results will come.
And I think from a team aspect, we've got a lot more depth in the squad. Every position's got 2 or 3 great players now who could step in and fill in. I think that's going to be a real big difference come the end of the season after everyone's played long, hard games.
Great players in their position. We got incoming D1 transfers for our back line now, so we have more depth there, more competition. Everyone's going to be better off because of that.
Everybody has their own style, and so I love seeing it. Everybody's hungry. They want to be the best. They want a starting position. So it pushes everybody, every practice, every training session.
With the group, what's impressed me the most is the fact that everyone is from different background, and we've come together to make such a very strong team. You go into preseason, you could see everyone working, you could see everyone talking to each other, everyone getting to know each other very well so that we can make a good team.
So check the website for game dates and times and come out and support your Titans. Admission is free.
We're certainly going to score goals. You know, if you want to watch fast-paced, electric football, then there's only one place to come, and that's the Titan Soccer Complex.
Aviation careers are taking off at Eastern Florida State College's new Aviation Center with FAA-approved programs for aviation mechanics and technicians. Graduates have great job opportunities with top aviation companies and commercial space companies launching the next generation of human spaceflight at Kennedy Space Center. Don't delay. Contact Eastern Florida State College today.
Eastern Florida State College has been named among the top institutions of higher education in Florida, earning a prestigious gold rating for its work in helping students succeed. The honor came from the Florida Board of Education in Tallahassee, where officials announced annual performance ratings for the 28 colleges in the Florida college system. This is the first time that Eastern Florida has achieved gold status, and it is one of only 7 colleges to gain the coveted distinction this year. The college earned high-performance grades in the 4 key areas of student retention, percentage graduating, job placement and continuing education, and entry-level wages after graduation. College President Dr. Jim Ritchie said the rankings reflected the college's strong commitment to providing students a great education that can put them on the path to a successful career and better life. He cited a number of areas where the college has strengthened student services that contributed to the gold rating, such as small class sizes and personalized instruction, excellent financial aid, academic and career advisors, the 6th straight year with no tuition increase, and 40 new programs in fields with fast job growth. He also said new bachelor's degree programs at EFSC are filling a critical need, giving students an opportunity to advance their education in careers that did not previously exist in Brevard County. To learn more about the college and its programs, visit easternflorida.edu.
Oh, great opportunity here for a shot on goal. Count it. Here's with the respect. Shaw drills it. My goodness gracious. Plays live. Another shot on goal. Count it.
The Eastern Florida State College women's soccer team takes on the Johnson County Cavaliers. Live Sunday at 6 on WEFS.
Back for the second half as the referee Tony Baumert awaiting each team to get its final huddle squared away and make their adjustments. It will be Eastern Florida attacking left to right here in this second half with the lead 1-0, scoring 3 minutes to go in that first half, and Garriga scoring the opening goal of the 2017 season for Eastern Florida. So any adjustments for Southwestern? You just keep at it? It's a manageable game at this point?
Yeah, for them it's going to be tough because if you want to press or if you want to, send an extra forward, you're leaving somebody open in the back. So you almost want to continue to play defense, a little more defensive. But then once again, Jeff, anything outside the box, a free kick, a set piece, anything like that, you got to make sure you take advantage of that and try to equalize the game. However, you got to manage players, you got to manage heavy legs. Remember, they're pretty quick turnaround here for a Sunday game.
Underway in the second half, players going and tumbling along that right side. And immediately going into the attacking area. Here's a cross away, that one right at the keeper, Sky Clark. Very busy first half, and the second half has started out and followed suit.
One of the things that we've established here for sure, that is the skipper Jeff Carr has definitely starting a pipeline with the Spaniard players coming to Eastern Florida and just being, very good for this program. We had a few Spanish players in the past, Paula Astiazarran, and of course going to the next level is the key.
Julia Hernandez.
Julia doing a great job at UCLA. Had a goal 2 days ago on that 3-0 win.
Knocked in.
off her line just in case. Suppan got there first as Sarah Deinert, minimal work to do in that first half. Here's De Silva along the right side flank. Sends the ball into space, picked up there by Wiseman. The Englishwoman now leaving it right. Here's another cross away. This is trouble. Falls in, second chance opportunity is a goal.
Actually
and taken off, taken off the board. It must have been a foul.
Yeah, Natalie De Silva gets called for making contact with the goalkeeper inside the box. Once again, you see this cross, Tapia.
Yeah, Lockwood there.
It was actually Lockwood. Yeah, I'm not sure if she made contact with the goalkeeper, though.
Well, Clark certainly visibly made the case. Take a closer look.
Yeah, it was Jamali with a great cross, and Lockwood, yeah, I don't think she makes goalkeeper with, she doesn't make contact with the goalkeeper.
A lot of times, though, the rule is once the keeper has that ball in the hands, not necessarily secure, you got to back off.
Yeah, but it's got to be under control. Clark had nowhere near control or full control of the ball. In that case,
thought it was
Lockwood,
a player safety issue. That. Well, either way, it stays a 1-0 score line. A nice ball in. Chemley was the one that crossed it in. Yeah, so the score you see. If they did kick off from the center, then we're trying to get clarification, though. So there's the score does say 2-0, so the goal does count.
Well, if they did kick off from the center,
the referee crossed his arms, indicating
that you stop the clock when he does that.
Yes.
But you stop the clock also on goals.
Yes.
So apparently it did count it, because if you do play the ball.
Yeah, a massive collision inside the 6-yard area.
If they played from the center of the field, there's definitely a goal.
Oh, take another look. You'll take L's any way you can. We'll see in a bit as play continues on the right side. So trailing 2-0. Chloe Suppan. So Lockwood, her first goal of the year. Comes with a little controversy, I suppose. You don't care how they come. D's complete circle.
And then some. She did a 375 rather than a 360. She had enough room and time, and now De Silva looking to do the same with a little Maradona move.
Strong on the ball is Lockwood.
To your point, Jeff, in the first half, after Eastern Florida score late in the first half, now you can tell they have a different attitude as you see.
Oh my goodness, Golasso 2 for 2. Cristina Garriga's got a brace, and the floodgates have opened here in the early going of the second half.
Just
2 goals
to your
in 5
point,
minutes.
once again, yeah, you talked about it late in the first half, and now, once again, Garriga puts it in the back of the net. She finds the ball right on the 18. Great ball by Megan Deed. She finds the ball right there and goes far post over the goalkeeper for Cristina Garriga, the Spaniard's second goal of the day. We talked about that Spanish Eastern Florida connection. It's definitely paid dividends between Julia, Paula, and now the newcomer Spaniard, Cristina Garriga.
Great in the air that time. Used all leg on that one, and no chance for the keeper there.
Yeah, she's going to be phenomenal here in this at this level because of her size.
Whatever Jeff Carr and Coach Teresa Brantley-Moon said at half. They've gotten the message and have scored 2 quickly in the first 5 minutes.
Well, Jeff, and the message could have been as simple as, hey, the speed of play has to improve, as you can tell, and that we mean how fast the ball moves, not necessarily how fast you run without the ball, but how fast the movement on and off the ball is being. And now you can tell Eastern Florida has picked it up, especially in the second half. They switched the point of attack a lot quicker, and just like that.
Here's Sophia Carroll into the attack, trying to play it through. That one's picked up, coming off her line with Sky Clark quite quickly there.
Yeah, Carroll was looking for Lockwood, but on the left side, once again, she had Cristina Garriga, and I guarantee you she's going to want to make this a hat trick.
Spaniard sitting on that with 40 minutes left to play. You know who wants to get on the board also will be number 11 before it's all said and done.
And here's a question for you, Jeff, since you know it all. If a brace is 2, a hat trick is 3, what's 4 goals in one game?
Good question. It's like a bowling. If 3 strikes is a turkey, what's 4? A ham bone, is that what they call it?
We leave that for all our viewers. If you guys can call in, tweet,
what do you
and
call
let us know.
4 goals?
4 goals.
I call it incredible. That's what that would be.
A great afternoon, that's what we call it.
That's right. Got to get the 3rd before you get the 4th. Chemley sends it on frame. Boy, that was dipping quick. And Sky Clark did well with it.
Once again, Chemley from 35 out, but she had Lockwood right on top. She also had Da Silva on the right, and that's what I was talking about. The choices, once you get to the attacking third, have to be better. Watch as she's going forward. That was a great 1-2 with Da Silva. Now look in the middle, Lockwood in the middle of your screen, and on the right, Da Silva wide open. All you do is play either ball, and that could have been the 4th actually for Eastern Florida.
Kylie going all out.
See, now you got me thinking about the 3rd goal for Cristina.
It's opened up.
And of course, Paula Astiazarran started her campaign with Eckerd College down in St. Pete. Looking to repeat what a great season she had last year.
Not having that injury late, which was certainly unfortunate.
And here's again the view from Sky Clark. Nothing she could do, and not just bomb by Cristina Garriga, just going over the top. Did not expect that shot. And bombs away by the Spaniard.
Now also be collected by Deinert. So 3-0 our score. So slow down the pace a bit to retrieve the ball. I'm sure much better for Jeff Carr at this point.
And look at that. That's one of the things that I love about this team, Eastern Florida. And that a testament to the great coaching ability from Jeff Carr. The team comes out of the back. Diner, the goalkeeper, Sarah, start with the ball, goes out wide. And just like that, they're on the other 18.
Again to the back post. Goal! Eastern Florida.
No, she gets called for an offside.
Oh, my goodness. So denied once again is Natalie De Silva. What a ball in from Chemley, though.
Yeah, Da Silva cannot believe it, but Chemley with the right pace, in-swinger from outright. And once again, great touch she takes to the inside right here. Now her hips are square. Great ball into the space right there. And it's such a good ball, Jeff, that all Natalia has to do is just make contact with her knees, and he goes in. Right over the goalkeeper's hands.
That one doesn't count. Lockwood helps turn it over. De Silva going to have to work to get that goal, apparently.
But just like that, as you mentioned earlier, the gates are open, and now you can tell how flat Southwestern Illinois in the back, how flat they are. They don't have an answer for anything. And
been chasing the entire game.
And as you know, it's not fun to chase, especially when you're playing in this conditions, the heat, the humidity.
Get one back on the against the run of play. As Perez one and done. Kylie coming back. Set up for the Brit. Chemily couldn't keep it on her foot that time, always racing back to win it again. Lockwood fronting.
You talk about chasing, Jeff. There's not the worst feeling in the world is when you have to chase someone and they're either faster than you or you're just not as fit, or when you're fatigued and somebody comes off the bench with a full tank of gas, and that is just excruciating.
Angel Kraus. That ball forward. Now this will bit of interesting foul, and now down in a free kick and in some pain is Emily Blumenkamp.
Yeah, and I think there was definitely contact with Kelsey Kiley, but watch her right knee though. Unfortunately, 50-50 tackle right here. And as Kiley's going, watch her left knee right there, that hyperextension. Emily Blumenkamp.
And being tended to by the trainers. Can only hope for the best.
Hannah Lehman, who was a player crossing the ball, and
Blumenkamp, the sophomore, Freeburg High School. They continue to be checked out here.
Yeah, Blumenkamp was trying to cut the angle right there against Kelsey Kiley, who kind of lost the ball in the air and was trying to cut the ball to the inside.
At a minimum, she'll have to be subbed out. Hopefully will be in condition to return.
And you can tell that she's in quite a bit of pain, because as soon as she went down, she was in some you know, pretty noticeable discomfort.
And Coach Huttner, see proceedings here go from bad to worse for Southwestern Illinois here in their season opener on the road. Brave going to Florida to take on two quality sides to start their season.
And here's another angle right here. Lehman crossing the ball. Kelsey Kiley right there, and you can tell.
And Blumenkamp still down. Southwestern Illinois playing their first 5 games of this season away from Belleville, Illinois, which is just east of St. Louis. And won't be home until the 15th of this month against Missouri Valley College.
Yeah, and that's a tough schedule, especially when you come. You got to come to Florida and play the number, I think,
5 team.
5 team in the country, and now you're losing 3-0, and one of your best players is on the turf.
Yeah, the clock is stopped. 34 minutes to go. And goals from Lockwood and Garriga have opened it up. And now here comes Coach Huttner. I certainly hate these realities of the game. Really, the injuries are part of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You've certainly been in that situation in your career on more than one occasion.
Only 7 knee surgeries. But no, as you mentioned, yeah, unfortunately, injuries are part of the game, and it's not if, but when injuries do happen. Of course, the severity of injuries, you know, change all the way from some knee issues to ankles, hamstrings. There's a little muscle pulls here and there that everybody gets, especially when you play in these temperatures and the overuse.
The little knocks in here.
Yeah.
And there's a difference between being hurt and being injured. Every player plays hurt, right?
Right. At some point, it's just you know, the little pulls, especially in preseason, what we call the muscle injuries. Very common from all the running and overexerting yourself, and of course, there lies the importance of hydration and nutrition,
especially in this heat,
and how you take care of your body, especially in this heat, of course, and implementing a great preseason. And a lot of people don't understand the importance of recovery, and that's why we do some of these recovery runs, or a day off, or half a day off, or something as simple as you know, a cold plunge or getting in a pool to get rid of some of the lactic acid, you know, produced during the game.
Getting a hand help to her feet is Emily Blumenkamp, and we can only wish her the best going forward. But it appears that her game today at the minimum is done.
Correct. And Garriga's going to score.
So 34-31 left. She'll come off and certainly will be an inspiration to the rest of her teammates.
And I tell you, it's a great sign that she's walking on her own. She's being helped, but just the fact that she's able to put weight on that leg, it's a good sign. Of course, we wish her the best and a fast recovery, whatever the injury is.
And forgotten about that. It was a foul just outside of the area, so it's a great opportunity for Southwest Illinois.
Yeah, well, it was kind of a collision right there with Kelsey Kiley, so this is a good chance right here for Bianca Perez.
The wall features 5 set up there by Sarah Deinert. Perez, the freshman, got to make them all count when you're trailing 3-0. The approach, he's going for goal all the way. Will chip it to the corner and just miss the target off to the right. Not a bad effort, not much pace on it either.
Yeah, she got a little bit under. You can tell that Mega Deinert had every bit. She also had the angle, so she was underneath that shot. As you mentioned, not a lot of pace to it. If you're going to try to catch the goalkeeper off guard, you got to drive that ball to the far post or go near the post over the wall with some kind of bend to it. Yeah, a little of the Beckham bend it like Beckham. And this is when Eastern Florida has to go to work as far as moving the ball around, establish a system and play, put the ball down, use the width of the field, and force Southwestern Illinois to really chase you. Once you create that width, you're going to create that length.
Now off to the races again. De Silva picked up by Sky Clark. Suppan will chase. Back to the keeper, Deinert. Suppan told us last year favorite food, schnitzel with fries and salad. Part of
the German culture.
Yeah, part of the 4 food groups represented, I'm imagining. There's Chloe Whitaker, Parkview High School in Atlanta. Job by Sophia Carroll. Haven't mentioned her name much tonight, but that's when you're a defensive midfielder, that's part of the job.
Yeah, and you see how easy they got out of trouble. Now they will go the other way.
On the high horse again. Garriga sitting on a hat trick. Now to De Silva. Could she get the assist? And De Silva went over the top, robbing Garriga of the assist. And you see the frustration from the Brazilian.
Yeah, great job by Garriga. Just a sitter right there to De Silva. She does all the work. De Silva with all the time. And look at that. She takes a good touch, but she's leaning back. And when she's leaning back, you're going to get under the ball. And that's the reason why the ball sails away. But you got to lean into the ball, put your head over the ball, and make good contact. De Silva had the far post wide open. If she makes good contact with that, it would have been the 4th goal.
We've all done it, though. Get excited.
Of course we have.
Yeah. She knows you got to be over the ball, but you want to.
And it's
you want to crack it.
It's that excitement that you're eager to get the shot off, and you're thinking, how much time do I have?
And you stretch for it, and then you're leaning back. Tough getting them out of their own end, and service in and service back out. That one dealt with by Kiley.
The feeling of the ball's just right there. You want to make contact with it and put it away.
Not a very high line of confrontation here. Piece it back
Chemily around the edge. Has a couple of nice crosses to her credit so far today. Good getting stuck in there for Southwestern Illinois was Madison Stauffer.
And here's that goalkeeper Cam right there. You can tell how De Silva was actually falling before she made contact with the ball. She was falling behind and leaning back where she could have been leaning forward into the ball, and that could have gone either way, and that would have resulted in a goal. You can tell actually Clark, the goalkeeper, was kind of shocked that the ball went over.
Thought that was beaten, yeah. There'll be a throw up coming for Southwestern Illinois. They trail 3-0. Mackenzie Dixon, sophomore at Civic Memorial High School. And now turned over. De Silva running at defenders. She's in the corner of the area. Cross it back to her left. Is equally good on either foot. Dinking and diving. Half hour to go in this one. Carroll tried to one-touch that one in. And now from distance, Lockwood puts that one off the top of the fence.
Well, there's no doubt that De Silva has the ability to take players on. She was just putting in a clinic how you take players on. Inside, outside, you wait for them again, and then you cut them. However, you got to put the ball in the back of the net, and that's what the game's about. But great technical ability by De Silva right here. She cuts the ball to the inside. She waits. She's going to cut it to the outside. And then she's going to bring it back as the defender got a touch on it. That's the captain, Hutch.
And when you're those one-on-one moves, a lot of it, Eddie, correct me if I'm wrong, is reading what the defender is doing to get them flat-footed.
No, you're absolutely right. And you can tell once you got the defender leaning one way, we say that all the time, then you can go the opposite way.
Flag stays down on De Silva here. Try to go towards that byline, getting hooked, keeping it up. And needs to get out of trouble. Takes a shot to the kisser. And come back the other way. Dancing on the ball a little too long there.
Well, and that's the thing. Now she's, taking, too much the dribbling. I mean, she's got to pass the ball. She's wide open in the box, and everybody's looking at her. We all know what she's going to do, including the whole entire Southwestern defense. They know they're going to take you on, and now there's two defenders right there where once you draw that attention, all you got to do is cross the ball. Somebody's got to be open far post. But to your point, Jeff, you're absolutely right. You see what the defender's going to do. Once you have him lean to one side, you go the other way. At least that's what some of the best players in the world do, like Messi or even Kaká. You see how easy they make it seem. They lean to one side, and once you commit, they're gone the other way.
All about reading the game. Making your job easier. Sometimes just a simple slow down and speed up will catch your
I think that's one of the things that I love about it. And of course, I talk about Kaká because you get to cover the Orlando City games, but one of the best and smoothest players you've seen in the world, where he's not the fastest, but you see that he's got the ability to slow things down and just how smooth he is in the ball. He gives a little stutter step, before you know it, he's gone. Now, he's not slow, don't get me wrong, but he's just not that messy kind of speedster or anything like that, but he slows things down, and then when you come in, he's gone the other way.
35 years old and still going strong.
You meant 25, right? Because he does play like a 25-year-old.
Not keen to defend much.
Well, I was going to say,
nor should he have to, being a former World Player of the Year. In fact, the last World Player of the Year not named Messi or Ronaldo back in 2007.
And of course, when you're that good in the ball, if you look at even Ronaldo or even Messi, they don't play much defense either.
Yeah. When he is in the attacking phase, he does. He does put in the work, but not his game to track back at that age. And why would you? You got to preserve yourself.
Well, and to be honest with you, it would be extremely hard to be a two-way player,
at that
to
level,
be at that level, of course, yeah. You either have a great defensive-minded player like a Gattuso, like some of those defenders, or an attacking player who can pretty much do whatever they want at will, like a Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, Kaká, Ronaldinho as well.
Translating that into the women's game too with Marta.
Oh yeah, Marta has the.
She not only can she finish, but she sees the game at a whole another level. Plays for
Oh
the
yeah.
Orlando Pride.
Oh yeah.
Coached by Tom Sermani, who will be in the booth with us on Sunday, by the way.
Another talk about great mind of the games.
Former U.S. and Australian national team head coach.
Had a chance to work with him doing those Orlando Prides. And his soccer IQ and his understanding of the game, he's at a different level. Coach Hermani.
Oh, they're running on Garriga. The Pride have won 4 in a row and are above the playoff line in the NWSL at the moment. And that's a sky ball that lands right to Sky Clark.
And if you remember last year, they just missed the playoff, not by much, but he's doing a great job and he's understanding of the game. And I love the fact that he truly is an ambassador of the game. He will talk to you, very humble for somebody so accomplished.
And he'll tell you it's about the players. I've got Marta and Alex Morgan at my disposal who are now learning how to play together. And in the meantime, 3-0 lead for the home side. The Titans of Eastern Florida, members of the Eastern Florida volleyball team, have made it here to cheer on their classmates. They got a big win last night.
And for them now, it's a matter of continuing their winning streak. They're 6-1.
Yeah, Andrea Rasmussen's girls are up to one of the best starts they've had since she's been the head coach. Finally getting her system and her players implemented. Lockwood sends it to the far post into the sun. And it'll be corralled. Suppan.
Kylie Hertz, their go-to player last night for the volleyball team, and just outstanding player. One of the things Coach Rasmussen told me, she will be everywhere, and she was absolutely right describing her. Hertz was all over the place, defending, had 12 kills last night, just a great player.
Catching up inside was Ebony, and trying to zig when perhaps a zag would have done. Suppan settles things down, center of the park.
So this is right around the time, Jeff, when you're up 3-0, now everybody wants to score, and Eastern Florida is going away.
How about Dees off the top of the crossbar? It stayed out somehow.
See, everybody's going away from passing the ball. Dees had wide open far post, one of her teammates.
Gomez. And we'll worm burn that one right to Sky Clark.
So now these become shooting practice. And once again, watch Megan Dees making a great run out of the back, looking for that near post. She hits the crossbar off the woodworks right there. 2 players in the box, including Cristina Garriga, who's looking for her 3rd goal and a hat trick.
Titans.
And Southwestern just.
It's been in their own half the entire second half. Again, nothing coming, just the one striker up top, Perez.
Yeah, Bianca Perez.
It's a lonely life.
Especially when you're going to get the ball and go against 4 defenders from Eastern Florida who really haven't had much work the whole entire game. So
lifted into Wiseman. Jamie Farrell's getting some time. Remember coming back from that injury. Good to see her wearing that left knee brace right now. Missed pretty much all of last year, the former Merritt Island product. And a little chip, and the finish is there. It is 4-0.
Well, just right on cue, Garriga missed the header, not by much. And just like that, Eastern Florida makes it. Jamie Farrell says.
Yeah, LeDuc McCall DeLuc.
Yeah, McCall is the one.
So the Oviedo Lion, their first goal.
And all courtesy of Sophia Carroll, who went down the line, crossed the ball with her left foot. And Cristina Garriga made contact with the ball, but the goalkeeper, Clark, came out at the right time. And LeDuc McCall, or McCall LeDuc.
You say tomato, I say tomato. McCall LeDuc played for Scott Weissenen over at Oviedo High School, team that wins state championship after state championship at the 5A level, by the way.
I think they won it against last year, right?
Yeah.
What is that, three years in a row, I think?
3 out of 4, the minimum.
3 out of 4, yeah. And the one they lost, they were in the final, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lost to St. Thomas Aquinas and then beat them again. The usual suspects at high school level in Florida.
Yeah, those two meet each other at the most important game of the season, the state championship, and
Leduc, a sophomore, transfer from Lee's McRae College. So has her first goal coming off the bench. It's 4-0 to the good for Eastern Florida here in the opener. Now it's about naming the score. 21 minutes to go. Still waiting for the first goal is Natalie De Silva. And right now not in the game. Do you chance and risk her staying out there, your former Region 8 Freshman of the Year? Another dangerous ball, and Leduc.
Well, this is good as well for Jeff Carr, because this is when you can empty the benches and give some of the players that really haven't had true quality minutes in preseason, let them get a little bit of a taste of a real game here. And we talked about the fast turnaround between now and Sunday. You want to make sure that your starters get plenty of rest. It's the case of De Silva, a player who's always...
There'll be plenty of time for goals this season, no doubt. Farrells, good to see her back out on the pitch. Adriana Arjun in there as well. Had some nice moments last year on the build-up. Gomez. Step 2, and there you go. Hat trick is good for Cristina Garriga. It is 5-0 Titans, and not much of a celebration on that one.
Well, we knew she was going to try to get to the hat trick, and she finally gets it done. You can tell there's that smile. And once again, give credit to Sofia Quero, who started the whole thing. Now, she finds the ball in the box, Cristina Garriga. Now she makes it a hat trick. This is a great angle right here. Nothing Sky Clark did to step into the ball or into the shot. And of course, it's got to be completely discouraging for the goalkeeper, where you're down 4-0, now 5.
Well, remember,
and there's
Eddie,
still 20.
This is a game, 3 minutes to go in the first half was 0-0. And here's Garriga looking for an assist, maybe, as Lockwood had it snuffed out.
Yeah, and that was the importance of breaking the seal or scoring the first one. And even you mentioned it, that once you do that, the gates were open, and that's been the difference in this game. Still with 19, almost 20 minutes left in this half, and now you're up 5-0. Well, just like the boys, right? The men, 15 goals in two games.
15 goals in 2 games. As we will see them later tonight in their home opener. And the 2 teams that they beat.
Oh yeah, top 20 teams.
Were top 20 teams. Is Oliver's Titans beat Trinidad State 4-2, and then Laramie County 11-2 in their opening.
Of course, I like
Community College over the weekend.
I like Coach Oliver Twelvetree's reaction. Said, "Well, we're still working on things. We're not firing in all cylinders."
No, not Danilo Orsidodomo, who has 5 goals and 4 assists in 2 games.
Right, he's still not quite comfortable on the ball, so we need to improve a little bit. But good news is we are going in the right direction.
That's right.
I hate for you to go the other way, right?
Freshman Toronto Heim Rosary, 6 assists in those 2 games. Alex Alessis, 2 goals, 2 assists. Big returner for out of Miramar. A lot of good stories this year. The attacking front 4 could be one of the best squads in the state, if not the nation. And here come the reinforcements here for Southwestern Illinois. Right now, all eyes on the Eastern Florida State College women getting off this season to a rousing start. Was not easy work. Southwestern Illinois was really stuck in that first half, but once they scored the first, they've come in bunches.
Yeah, Clisha Daru back in this game, and Cristina Garriga taking a well-deserved break.
Yes. A victory lap, young lady. Here's Carroll switching the play. This will stretch a bit. And here comes some speed along that outside. Another ball crossed into the area. Daru is on fire. It is 6-0.
There's nothing like coming off the bench, Jeff, and putting the ball in the back of the net. Great job, great turn by Daru right around the 18. And good service right here. You talked about turning on the Jets right here. DeLuca. Deru gets the ball, traps it. Great turn off her left foot, going across Christ post. And goalkeeper Sky Clark gets down, but not quick enough. And just like that, Eastern Florida, 6-0.
The number on that board becoming crooked. There's Arjun. And floodgates have opened. And we'll have another corner kick here. Remember, a number of reserves in there now for Jeff Carr. Tapia falls inside the 6. Quick turnaround. Ari with 1 goal is Leduc. That one bending in right in the gut of Sky Clark, or it would have been 7-0.
Rachel Van Meer out of the right fullback looking to put that shot on goal right there. He hit one of the defenders from Southwestern. Didn't quite have the same angle after that, but that's what I was referring to. So now everybody wants to score. You see Megan on the left. Now you see Van Meer on the right. Fullbacks going forward and trying to get some shots on goal.
Arjun in the center of the park. Back defensively, turned over. Carroll stands him up. Off we go onto the offensive attacking half. Run continues, keeping her feet play on, says Tony Baumert, the referee. Arjun into Deru. Shoots again. She's got a brace. It is 7-0. Klesha Deru off the bench.
Well,
and what a debut for LaRue.
Why change things? Klesha Deru, the same way she stroked the ball the last time when she got off the bench. Same ball she gets right here. Goes to the left. Defender steps in. Great turn once again. Cross post. And once again, Clark could not get to the ball. He actually got a glove on that one.
And starting to run out of space on the scorecard.
That's a good problem to have if you're Eastern Florida.
Four goals in the last 6 minutes. Leduc, Garriga, and Deru. All for you. .50-50. Boy, Southwestern Illinois needs some sort of a consolation. Trying to nick one at least. Give yourself some positivity to take as you play Polk State here on Sunday.
Well, and here's the consolation. You have a game in a little bit more than 24 hours, and you got to deal with the heat. And you know, on a field as beautiful as this pitch is here, it's just something that some of these teams are not used to playing in a field this big. So when you talk about dimensions, and if you add to that the heat and the temperatures, they just can't hang.
With all due respect, Polk State not of the same quality as Eastern Florida, but still going to be a tough out. As 7 spot being put up, 6 of them coming in the second half here for Eastern Florida. They were knocking on the door, a chance after chance. All of the possession in the first, only yielded the 1. That was Garriga's light header. Deru now sitting on a hat trick as Arjun making a marauding run forward. Here's Carroll. She will just skirt it by the right side, or she would have had her first. And ever so slowly.
If you think about it, Sophia Carroll had plenty of time where she could have taken an extra touch, take that ball towards the goal, invite the goalkeeper out, and then you can just slide the ball through to the far post.
Carroll did have a goal last year.
And watch, with this angle, you're going to be able to see where, well, it's a little bit, it's not as far back as I'd like it to go.
I know, Eastern Florida corner kick upcoming, already leading by a touchdown and an extra point on a Friday. Back post it goes. Be held in. DeLuca. Now Chemily. DeRue. Why not? Oh, big save made by Clark to deny the hat trick.
Great save right there. DeRue just unleashes. And here's another angle. See how much time Sophia Carroll had. Watch this. So nobody around there. She could have taken a touch to the inside and take the same shot. She opted to wait for the ball to trickle down a little bit, and they made contact with the ball. That just goes to show you how much time the forwards from Eastern Florida have as they try to go at the attack in that attacking third. Plenty of time, plenty of space.
Ball hooked in. Ball's into the area. DeRue is closest to it. It has been a nightmare half for Sky Clark. And has not had much help, and now she is lying on her back inside the 6-yard area just off her line. We'll stop the clock here. 12 minutes and 19 ticks left.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's the heat or she made contact with when she came down with the ground.
She has been active today, no doubt. Here comes Coach Hootner. Already seen one player down for the count, and Emily Blumenkamp, who has a leg injury, came off earlier in this half. Want to lose another. She single-handedly kept her team in it in the first half. Wind picking up.
Yeah, it just seems that she's not grabbing any part of her knee or her leg or anything. That's just that I think she might just start to get the first signs of a heat exhaustion here with the temperatures we've seen. As the rest of both teams go on the bench and get hydrated. See if we can get another angle, different angle right here. Oh yeah, this will be a good angle as we see.
Oh, fell on the ball. Could have knocked the wind out of her.
Oh yeah, could have. Just the way she landed square on it, but
continue to check on Sky Clark, the sophomore keeper. A tough pill to swallow. Finish out the proceedings as sky behind Sky Clark, getting progressively more cloudy. Again, we got another one to play later on this evening as the men make their home opener against Jefferson College of Missouri. They're a team that scored 4 and 11, and now the backup keeper Claire Hoover will spell her teammates. So freshman out of O'Fallon High School will get some play here late in this one. 12 minutes to go.
yeah, no, and this is a good chance, of course, for Southwestern Illinois to bring their backup goalie and give her some quality minutes. 12, 13 minutes here plus stoppage time. You know, just to get some minutes, and of course, Sky Clark deserves the break. The 7 goals taken by her against Eastern Florida is not gonna help her with her goal average this season.
In all fairness, though, the ball has been exclusively in the own half of Blue Storm.
Yeah, and if you think none of those goals were directly her fault, it was just in the in the flow of play. So she actually had a couple of really good saves in the first half when she managed to keep that shot out, that clean sheet, till about the 42nd minute, I think it was, in the first half. So she did a good job.
Arjun trying to win the corner for Eastern Florida. Back on the ball now, the sophomore, and stoppage. You can hear Tony Baumert saying it's going to be a kick.
Yeah, Eastern Florida gets a foul. Rachel Van Meer.
So this will Yeah, this will amount to like a corner. Van Meer, the freshman out of Sebastian's Bayside High School product, kicker on the Bayside football team. More of an outside back midfielder here as a collegiate soccer player. So the bench has been emptied by Jeff Carr. This is an opportunity for Southwestern to nick one back, make it a little more respectable, perhaps avoid the shutout. They've got 10 minutes to do something about it. Annalise Osborne, again, cheaply given away by Southwest Illinois. Lloyd DeRue playing a little more central now. Chemily, she'll give it a shot, giving it a go and putting it wide at the target. And it will amount to a goal kick.
Oh, Chemily was wide open on top of the 18. Those are the ones that you want to put away. I know the score is 7-0 already, but just the fact that you have a chance right around the 18, because you know some of those goals towards the end of the season might come back, and just the fact that you get in practice, just put the ball on frame.
DeRue's come off the field. So everybody getting a piece of the action here. There's Karina Rodriguez in there, the transfer out of VMI. Playing that right back spot. Played at Gulliver Prep. Arjun with a touch. Chemily in there. Here is Rodriguez to chase. Be a throw for Eastern Florida.
Gulliver Prep, another one of those high schools who's always here in the state finals.
At least on the boys' side
on the boys'
in particular,
side, yeah.
Thrown in quickly.
And look, Van Meer came to get the ball, nobody around her. She had 10 yards behind her with no one from Southwestern putting pressure.
Arjun. Pace of play slowing down just a touch. Long ball, not going to be a problem. Really, the only starter left is Sky Clark. Deinert. Huge advantage here in the opener to see what you got in reserve. Time to step up. So the head of the formation now for Eastern Florida is Tapia.
Oof, a little too ambitious with that. Point of attack by DeLuca.
Seibel, right side Perez. Cut it back inside the 18, shakes off one defender, puts it across the face of goal. Nobody home on the back post. Did see Seibel making the run late, but it came a little too late. 8 minutes to play, 7-0. Titans. Scoreline the way it is, this game certainly dragging on a little bit, probably more so for Southwestern. They'd like to see this one come to an end pretty quickly.
Yeah, because you know when you have nothing to play for, it just lingers in and
playing for maybe a goal to spoil the shutout. Here's one, and it's wasted into the parking lot. But a good build up there for Southwestern Illinois here late. And now a substitution will check in for the Blue Storm. So Mackenzie Dixon returns, the sophomore, replacing Alexandria DeLuca. So DeLuca on each side. Destiny for Eastern Florida and Alexandria for Southwestern Illinois. Throw to the Titans. outcome decided about 30 minutes ago. The final score line still remains to be seen. 6 minutes to play. Of course, the Titans scored 4 goals in the span of about 6 minutes earlier in this half. Off our line quickly, the backup keeper, Claire Hoover.
And if you're Eastern Florida, you can still get some stuff done, not having to go forward. You can just keep the ball, play the kind of a two-touch system where you move the ball and you can continue to get something done, especially, as you mentioned, all the players on the field right now, they're what we call non-starters. So the fact that you're getting some quality minutes right now, you can still establish and get some quality touches on the ball, get used to the pitch, get used to the quality of the ball, possessing the ball, use the width, creating that width, that length. After all, you have the same coach watching your performance, and he's the one who's going to determine whether you start the next game or not.
A throw here. Jeff Carr's ladies will go to 1-0, barring the most improbable of comebacks. 5 minutes to play. Arjun. Shania press in there as well. Eastern Florida will have the throw. Shania transfer from Southern University, A&M. Cut in. Adriana Arjun on a little give and go, but the flag is up on the near side. And you take a look here at Danilo Orsi-Domo, leading scorer there in the center. And the men getting ready to play tonight.
Yeah, the men are getting ready for their match tonight, and I'm not sure of that being offside. It was a great 1-2, but of course the linesman has the best view on the pitch. Yeah, and for the men of Eastern Florida, they're looking to continue their success on the field, as we talked about earlier.
It will be a tough act to follow after a 7-0 win for the ladies.
Well, they've done some damage of their own. 15 goals in 2 games. 8 different goal scorers for Eastern Florida.
Remember back here on Sunday, though, Titans women will go at it again against Johnson County, a team that was upended 4-0 to Daytona State earlier today on this field. So perhaps a chance for another convincing win. 3 minutes left. Throw for Hannah Lehman. Southwestern Illinois will drop to 0-1. Play Polk State here on Sunday, 10 o'clock in the morning. Then continuing their season opening road trip, Lewis and Clark, Johnson County, and MCC Maple Woods before coming home the 15th for their home opener. There's Deinert whipping it right. Rodriguez, former Kedet. Checking things. There's DeLuca.
There's that movement of the ball that I was talking about with Eastern Florida. They can still accomplish things on the field without losing the ball or without having to go at the attack and make the scoreboard any worse than it is. By just rotating the ball from the back to the middle, use the width.
Stop for a heavy challenge right at the halfway line. Ball put back into play. Rachel Van Meer. Whip near side, Rodriguez. Back to Van Meer. Turns in the center of the park with some space to operate. Now left it goes. From distance. And racing out and smothering was Claire Hoover. press. Pressing the issue. That ball put in. A little over a minute. Step 2, 50-50, gets one again, Karina Rodriguez. They have time for one more. Press, back on the ball, left side. Switch it, Van Meer. Trying to sneak in behind. Out of dodge with 40 seconds to go. Southwestern Illinois coming forward, and again can't even get a second or third ball produced. Adriana Arjun, 25 ticks left in front of her. Tapia. Chemily, she'll give it a go and she'll score with 17 seconds left. It is 8-0. And Sarah Chemily, who did not score a year ago for this team, has her first goal.
And Chemily definitely deserving of this goal because she did a lot during the game, a lot of great quality crosses. She finally gets one of her own on top of the 18. Great 1-2. She gets the ball out wide right here, takes an extra touch. Far post, and lets it fly, making it 8-0 for Eastern Florida with just about 10 seconds left in this contest.
Garriga's hat trick, Lockwood, LeDuc, DeRose brace, and Chemily finishing it off. An 8-0 season opening win over Southwestern Illinois as Eastern Florida State College goes to 1-0 here in 2017. Dominating performance for the home side. We'll talk about it when we come back on WEFS-TV.
I'm attending Eastern Florida State College, and I'm enrolled in the aviation maintenance program. We do a lot of hands-on here. What you learn in class is probably like 25% of what you actually learn. You don't just talk about it, you're actually doing the work and breaking it down, and the instructors here really know how to get to what we really should be learning and what's actually in the field. I'd like to stay in this area and do general aviation for a little while and then eventually move into the airlines.
Oh, great opportunity here for a shot on goal. Count it. Here's with the respect. Shaw drills it. My goodness gracious. Play it live. Another shot on goal. Count it.
The Eastern Florida State College women's soccer team takes on the Johnson County Cavaliers. Live Sunday at 6 on WEFS.
To the Titans season opener here at the Titan Soccer Complex over Southwestern Illinois. Jeff Radcliffe, Eddie Rodriguez as we go through all 8. Very a tale of two halves when it comes to the scoring. It was just the one in the first, but boy, did it open up for him in the second half.
Yeah, you're right. It took a little bit longer for Eastern Florida, but it all started with a great cross right here to the far post. And newcomer Cristina Garriga gets up, climbs the ladder, and makes it 1-0 for Eastern Florida.
Titans had dominated possession and shots in that half, couldn't get the things to open up, and then out of the hands of the keeper, Sky Clark, and for Lockwood's got her first.
On the other side, the Spaniard once again gets the ball in the box.
There's 2.
Cristina Garriga with a second one on her personal count.
This is LeDuc McCall with a finish. And sitting on the hat trick, makes no mistake, Garriga.
Yeah, you know, she wanted it, she went for it, and finally got it.
Then the subs got involved. Klesha Daru, first of 2.
She had just come off the bench, gets one, and now the second time, the same spin to the far post. And Giroux has her second one.
Calm and composed, and then 16 seconds left. Sarah Chemily on the board. And that completes the 8-0 whitewashing here in the opener of the Blue Storm. As the Titans go to 1-0, the head coach is Jeff Carr, and certainly pleased with the scoreline. Does the performance match for you, Jeff?
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. The first half was a little concerned. We had possession, we had some chances, but the quality, and we forced. I gave a stat at halftime that we gave up the ball 27 times, forced errors that we created, and we didn't have pressure on us, so I was a little upset about that.
Hey, Coach, that was actually my question. At halftime, what changed for you that just completely turned the game around? What did you tell him?
Well, I just said it wasn't good enough. Even though we were possessed, it was a one-goal game. I mean, anything could happen. We weren't taking care of the ball. We almost put an own goal in there late in that half, so it just wasn't good enough. That for us to play, be one of the top teams in the country, we've got to execute. We've got to finish our chances, and we did that in the second half.
Cristina Garriga comes on the scene like a champ here. I think she's not going to be a secret much longer.
Yeah, no, she, I was really excited to get her when I signed her. I saw the potential in her, her size as well, and she has a knack for the front of the goal. She reminds me a little of Julia Hernandez that we had a couple years ago, but she just has, when she's in front of that goal, she's going to find a way to put the ball in the net.
Coach, what do you get as a coach, as a system, other than the 8-0 victory, of course, the obvious, but what do you get on the field, on the flow of play?
Well, I think even though we played 4 or 5 scrimmages, I think some of the girls, they got the nerves out today, so everyone played, everyone that was healthy played today, so that was a nice thing. We played our system, we got better as the game went along, they had a little more confidence, our first touch became a little better, the speed of play became a little quicker because I thought we were really slow in the first half, and we allowed them to stay in the game just because of the lack of speed of play from us.
Jeff, I'm certainly, I would think you're certainly happy to get a lot of numbers into that game, as you had just mentioned, knowing you've got to play here again on Sunday against Johnson County. That's probably the dream scenario. You get some rest for some of those starters.
Well, absolutely. I didn't think that was going to happen at halftime when it was 1-0, but then we scored 2, pretty quick, and then, we were able to get some players in. And the one I was most excited about was Jamie Farles. That was her first game back in a year after a serious injury last year. So that was the most exciting one for me. Glad to see her get in there and get some confidence back.
Thanks so much, Jeff. We'll see you back here on Sunday.
All right,
congratulations.
Congrats, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
1-0, the Titans go with an 8-0 convincing win over the Blue Storm of Southwestern Illinois. We're not done on the day, but we're done for this broadcast. The men will come up at 8 o'clock against Jefferson County. We'll see you then. For Eddie Rodriguez, our producer Brian Foster, director John Bober, and our entire WEFS crew, I'm Jeff Radcliffe, saying so long for now. Titans win it 8-0 over the Blue Storm. Good afternoon.
Great opportunity here for a shot on goal. Count it. Here's a little respect. Shaw drills it. My goodness gracious. Play is live. Another shot on goal. Count it.
The Eastern Florida State College women's soccer team takes on the Johnson County Cavaliers. Live Sunday at 6 on WEFS.
Create the career of your dreams with a degree from Eastern Florida State College. Earn a bachelor's degree, associate's degree, or college certificate in growing job fields like healthcare, business, and computer technology. On campus or online, you can find inspiration and success. Anything's possible where Titans rise. Eastern Florida State College.
Aviation careers are taking off at Eastern Florida State College's new Aviation Center with FAA-approved programs for aviation mechanics and technicians. Graduates have great job opportunities with top aviation companies and commercial space companies launching the next generation of human spaceflight at Kennedy Space Center. Don't delay. Contact Eastern Florida State College today.